call them the woke activists. And then there is the feminists, or the movement of the feminism. These are dangerous groups of people, and I believe they do not have the best interest of South Sudan at heart. I really believe that if these people are left with the responsibility of running this country, I believe that if the gay movement, the LGBTQ movement, is going to find grounds in South Sudan, it is going to be through these people. It is going to be through the support of the feminists and the work activists. I believe that if this nation is going to get taken over by foreigners and they are going to fraudulently obtain nationalities, it is going to be through the help of these work activists. Because in today's world, it is based on the person who is funding you, what their interest is, what you have to stand for. If the person who is funding you is funding lesbianism and homosexuality, then you're going to say we should accept these things and everybody has the right to live the way they want to live. Why do I say this? Because I've observed something online. There's been a debate going on. The issue of Animo Afiai, the lady who obtained South Sudanese citizenship, worked in the office of the vice president, first vice president, not first vice president, but vice president. She was appointed to parliament. Her citizenship was revoked, and she claimed to be from Morobo, and the community of Morobo denied her, and they said she's not from here. She obtained the nationality fraudulently. That is what the community of Morobo said. I even spoke to somebody who said they know where this lady is, from Uganda. Now, mind you, the law states clearly a process of how somebody who is not a South Sudanese can obtain South Sudanese nationality. The law states that clearly. But if you do it in a way that is shady, in a way that is not clear, you claim, for example, her names, Animu Atiai, like she's from Morobo and she has a name called Atiai, which is whether from Bor or from wherever. So there is something that is not clear here, okay? But let's leave that aside. So she was, her appointment to the parliament was revoked. Her nationality were confiscated, were taken away from her. And from what I've read is that she tried through the domestic courts to challenge these decisions. She said that she was just told verbally, nothing was done officially. She was told verbally that she's not a South Sudanese, and her passport and nationality certificates were taken away from her. So she tried to challenge these decisions, but nothing came of it. So she went to a regional body, and she challenged the decision of the government of South Sudan in that court, and she won because the government did not follow the right procedure, the process of the law. I wrote an article of that. If you're following me on Facebook, you'll find it on my page, how the government should have handled that. But back to the point, she won, and the government has now been ordered to reinstate her citizenship, to give her back her job, to train the people who handle nationality and whatever, and immigrations. It seems like they're saying these people do not know how to handle those kinds of things. So that came out, and there was a division. People were divided. There's one part that says she's a foreigner, she does not deserve to be South Sudanese. And there's another part that says that, what is nationality anyway? And this is what I want to talk about. The part that says, what is nationality anyway? It's just a new thing. Others saying anybody who lives, or they're saying the Ethiopian children or the Eritrean children who are born here, they have the rights to South Sudanese citizenship and stuff. So there's people were divided. There's a group that says no. There's a group that say yes. So I observed the group that were defending her, and there is something that is common about them, that they seem to neglect what the law says in regards to obtaining South Sudanese nationality. They neglect all of these things, and they just say if somebody lives in a country, is making a contribution, she has a right to you know, nationality thing is a new thing. We should not be focused so much on that. And when you look at all of the people who do not want to say it clearly that what she did is not right, these are people who identify themselves as activists. These are people who are liberal. These are people who are feminists from the feminist movement because they have their network, and you are not allowed to hold a different opinion from what they hold generally as the movement of the activists, the feminism and the work, whatever. So most of them go by, she should be allowed, she should be this, is this and this. So they go in defense of her, neglecting what the law says. Now, I'm here to tell you that it is not how you feel that determines who becomes a citizen of this country. It is what the law says. The law is what we need to follow. If the law grants an opportunity for a non-national to acquire citizenship, they must follow the right procedure of the law. Okay? So it is not you, it is not how you feel. They're saying, okay, Ethiopian children, Eritrean children who are born in Malakal, who are born wherever, they will demand to be citizens. Listen, it is not their demand, it is what the law says. Even if they are born here, there is no law in Africa, and there's no African country that I know of that says that if you are born there, you automatically become a citizen. There is no African country that has that law. It is maybe in the US, UK, Canada, or something of that kind. So we have laws that determine how you become a citizen and who is a citizen. It is not how they demand. In Uganda, they have the Indians who have lived there for decades. They were asking to become one of the tribes in Uganda. No. South Sudanese who have lived in Uganda for years. Others, if they're from the tribes that are there and here, they go under those tribes. But the others, no. So this woke activists and these feminist people are dangerous people to this country. They will sell this country to please their masters, to please their donors, to please the people who give them funding. Because if you go on your platform as some of these woke people and you say something that is contrary to what they believe in, they will stop funding you. They will stop you from traveling to the UK, to traveling to some of these countries, which are the things that they delight in so much. So they are willing to sell this country to please their masters out there. If their master says we are for gay rights, you will begin to hear this woke activist in South Sudan. You'll begin to hear this woke feminist in South Sudan say gay people must be given their rights. Like I said in the introduction, that if gay or LGBTQ movement is going to find its place, its foothold in this country is going to be through these people called the activists. I had one lady, she's an activist and she's a doctor. I don't know where she is now. And she said, I just saw in one of the comment section, she was like, yes, I helped some gay men in Juba in the hospital to get treatment because they were living secretly, because they are not given their rights. Everybody should have their rights. Even when we are marginalized, we wanted our rights. Why can't we give rights to the gay people? You see that? So these people are a danger, more dangerous than even the people we have in the country that we consider bad. These are people who are driven by profit, driven by money, no principle that they stand on. So they're ready to determine who becomes a citizen of this country. Every country has their laws on citizenship, on how you'll acquire that. We have ours, and we must abide by that.